Hey guys, long time no see. There's plenty of movies I've seen that I could talk about, but since I didn't get to them, most of them on here, you can check them out on Movie Dudes, my podcast that I do with Chris Scott. It's on vagary.tv and iTunes. I probably will talk about some, probably Hangover 2 on here, and maybe Bridesmaids, which, real quick, Bridesmaids is very good. But today, I want to talk about a video game. Most people that know me know I'm a big gamer, besides movie lover. But yeah, I just finished Xbox Live Arcade game called Dungeons and Dragons Daggerdale, which it's getting. First of all, there's not that many reviews for it, but the reviews that are out for it um, basically shit all over the game, and I can see why they would do that. And it's an easy game to pick on, I think, but if you think it's your type of game, I think you would enjoy it quite a bit. It's basically, like a hack and slash dungeon crawler, all about, leveling up your character, getting awesome loot, new weapons, new armor, you know, stuff like that. Um, if you ever played Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance back on the last gen systems, like on GameCube or Xbox or PlayStation 2, you're going to be right at home here. The developers were trying to do a game kind of like that, and I mean, sadly, it's not quite as good as Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which is an easy like point to make in a review. Like, oh, this game is not as good as a game that's like 10 years old. I mean, sometimes it doesn't even look as good as Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which is kind of messed up. But the game is fun, and it is very similar to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and it's on Xbox Live Arcade, and it has four-player co-op online and achievements. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance doesn't have that. So I don't know. I've been really like aching for a game like this. It's definitely it fit the bill. Not great, but damn, was it fun and did I love it. Uh, some of the things in the reviews. I mean, there's not that many reviews, but the one basically said it's full of bugs and just really disappointing and short, and the last boss is laughable, and things like that. There are bugs in the game. One that sticks out in my mind that we ran into, I was playing with my buddy Sean online, is when I would go to a merchant, to like a shop to buy and sell my armor and stuff. Once in a while, the merchant side of the menu, like the guy selling stuff, the shopkeeper, there's nothing there. No potions, no weapons, no nothing. And at first we thought I was too leveled up or something, and that's why they had nothing to offer me. But then it happened to Sean too. So I mean that was one thing, and it was fixed by us exiting out to the main menu and restarting our game. I mean, yeah, it was an inconvenience, but it didn't really stop our fun. It took us out of the game for a minute, and we're back in, and everything's working again. Other little things here and there, I suppose, like when you first like hop into a buddy's game, your armor and your like weapons and stuff aren't there. They take a second to load. I mean, these are just minor things. They're not. They didn't really take away from the game for me. Like, yeah, it's not perfect. Okay, I'll give it that. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Who cares if it's perfect? It's a $15 arcade game. The other thing the reviews said was that the game was short. Like, it was only 6 hours long. It's kind of hard for me to gauge because I played through a little bit single player, and then I played a little bit of co-op, and then more single player, then more co-op. But I'd say that the campaign is at least 6 hours long, maybe more like seven. Definitely not a bad length for an arcade game, like a downloadable game. You gotta consider the value with something like this. You can't stack it against a full retail release. It is what it is, and for what it is, it's I think well worth it. Um, me and Sean were playing for like the other night when we first played the online co-op. We played for like 5, 6 hours straight, and we were having a blast. Yeah, little issues here and there, but we got right past it. So, yeah, I just beat it tonight. I thought it was a blast. I didn't think the final boss was laughable. It was kind of easy once you figured it out, but you did kind of have to figure out what to do. And I thought the final boss was kind of sweet, though. I mean, I don't really don't. I guess I get why they get bad reviews because it's easy to write a bad review for it. Oh, it's buggy. Oh, it's short. Blah blah blah. But I think I've come to realize I'm not going to trust reviewers on this type of game. And it's just a game that, let's say it is mediocre, which I don't think it is. I think it's fine. I think it's fun. You don't see these types of games anymore, and I really miss them. I mean, it's kind of strange. Like I never played the actual Dungeons and Dragons, like the pen and paper, dice, whatever game it is. I've never played it. Don't know how to play it, and I didn't play like a lot of like dungeon crawlers like growing up. Like my first one was Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, but right away I was hooked on that. Leveling up and getting the new armor and equipment is just it's so awesome. Like that's like the coolest thing about these games. You can spend half the time tinkering in the menu, looking at which weapons are better, and they all have like, these awesome names like the icy bastard sword of something something, the fiery war pick of propagation +1. Like the names are just great. Um, the rotting of great axe of carnage +2, like just completely crazy stuff, and it just looks so cool. Like you start out with basically like cloth armor, and then like halfway through the game, I'm wearing like this scale mail that's like on fire. And I'm running around with this war pick that's on fire, just tearing shit up. You get all these cool rings and stuff that give you different powers, and they have cool names too, like Vampire's Embrace, stuff like that. Um, I don't know, just something really addictive and fun about that. And it's weird because I mean I just got into these games last generation, and they were kind of big. There was like Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 1 and 2. There's Champions of Norath 1 and 2. Um, and then on the computer, these games have been big for a long time. They might still be pretty big on the computer, but I never got to play Diablo. I don't have a computer that could play games, so I miss out on that. So I mean, they might be still big on there, and there's Diablo 3 coming out. People are looking forward to that. But as far as like consoles go, this has been a pretty dormant genre for a long time. And it sucks because I want, something like this for this generation on my Xbox 360. Hell, I would even do it on PS3. And there really hasn't been much. There's been stuff here and there. There was Sacred 2, but that didn't quite get it right. And that game was buggy. And there was just missing something. Like I wanted a game that feels just like Baldur's Gate. And strangely enough, like Daggerdale comes very, very close. It feels just like it almost. And I loved it because of that. So it's planned to be a trilogy. That was another thing that one of the reviewers complained about is like you can only level up to level 10. Well, that's because I guess in Dungeons and Dragons you could level up to 30, and they're splitting this up into a trilogy, so that makes sense. They also complain that it takes a long time to level up. Who cares? That makes it that much more special when you do level up. I mean, probably the one thing I didn't like is that the options, like the skills and the powers that you could unlock when you level up, there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of complexity to. I don't. Even, there's not really even a skill tree. It's just really basic stuff you can unlock, and there's only like 5 things that you can unlock. I would have liked more of that, but that's my one thing I don't like about it. Um, so it was nice to get to play something like this. It's been so long, and I never have gotten like a good 4-player co-op one like it on Xbox Live on 360. So that was great. I hope to see more, and I hope there's a little bit of a resurgence of this genre. There are a couple games coming out that look really cool, or they look decent, and they are in the same vein. There's Hunted that actually comes out in a couple days. That has 4-player online co-op. And there's also June 21st. There's Dungeon Siege 3, which from what I heard, Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 were pretty cool on the PC, and this is going to be on 360 and PS3. So I might pick them both up because I just really miss this genre. I want more of it. Neither of them look quite exactly like what I want it to just be like Baldur's Gate. It's kind of strange, but like Daggerdale for Xbox Live Arcade, it got that flavor. Um, this will be on PSN once the store comes back up, so PlayStation only people can enjoy it. But yeah, I recommend it. If you think it's like might be up your alley, like if you played Baldur's Gate back in the day and you love Dark Alliance 1 and 2, definitely it's worth the $15. So that's my little piece. I just kind of miss this genre and I want more of it. It's good to see that it got an Xbox Live Arcade release. It's kind of sad that reviewers are shitting on it, but who really cares? Me and my friends got it. We're having fun with it. I hope the trilogy continues. I hope the other two come out, and I hope Dungeon Siege and Hunted feel a bit like this because that would be pretty cool. I don't know. Let me know if what you think of the genre. Would you like to see more of it? Is it not your cup of tea? I don't know. Just give me your thoughts. I'll give you mine. You give me yours. Later, guys.